What's up, everybody? It's your girl Jay on the track, and I'm back with a new video. And this video, I'm gonna be talking about how I got married in a pandemic. Yeah, it was lit, and it was such an easy process. Like, honestly, it was really easy. And I just like the fact that you could do it all online. I'm talking about Project Cupid. For those of you who do not know, I'm from New York, and Project Cupid is something that Governor Cuomo allowed us to do because the city clerk was closed and people are getting married. You know, a lot of people want to get married and people were scheduled to get married, but things got shut down. So we were stuck in a position where we couldn't do anything really with the government offices of the city. So he allowed us to get married online, which was a genius idea. I mean, I don't know why no one thought of it sooner, but here we are. So thanks, coronavirus. But yeah, so I'm just going to be talking about like the steps going through this whole process and, you know, how simple it really was. So here we go. So the first step is to make an account on the city clerk's website to apply for a marriage license. That is like the first document that you're gonna have to in the steps of getting a marriage certificate. So yeah, you have to apply for this to even get married. You have, just like driver's license, you need a driver's license to drive. So you make your account and you start your application for your marriage license, and you just fill out things about you, your parents, and if you were married before, you write that there. If not, you know, you leave it blank. And yeah, it was pretty straightforward, you know, the things that they ask. It was nothing confusing on it. So you fill it out, and you know, during the process of filling out the application, you also have to provide documents proving who you are and their marital status, whatever, you know, to show that this is who you are. And if you have been married before, they can search you and confirm whether or not, you know, that was the truth. And then once that process is done, then you have to pay your marriage license fee, which is $35. And that's just one flat fee. It's not like you have to pay it for both people. So it's just $35 flat. And then you schedule an appointment to meet with the city clerk, which will then be a quick session of you talking to the city clerk, showing your identification, your actual ID card, and signing the marriage license. Your signature, your spouse's signature, and the city clerk's signature. And they'll just ask you a couple questions to confirm where you're at. You have to be in the city that you're applying for in. Yeah, so you have to be living in New York. I don't know if any other states are doing anything like this, but New York is doing this, and you have to be in New York at the time together. So you both have to be on camera, on the same camera, and you'll have your meeting with the city clerk, and they're gonna confirm everything that was in your application. They'll go over all the stuff. They'll double check with you, make sure everything is correctly filled out, because, you know, once that's signed, that's it. If it's wrong, you'll have to start over. So yeah, they'll confirm everything is correct. After that's done, then you move on to the next step. And the next step is the fun step. This is where you have your ceremony via Zoom or whatever video chat service you choose. Zoom is really popular for these types of things, but you know, people use Google Hangouts, people use what else, GoToMeeting, anything that you can video chat on and that is secure, of course, that you can use. So I found my efficient on Reddit. because I was looking for one that was pretty straightforward. Like, we didn't need all the bells and whistles because we're on Zoom. We'll eventually have a ceremony for family and friends, but this was just something for now because we wanted to get married now. And for us to do that with family and friends would have just took too long. So too long, and also it would have been kind of like pushing it because I didn't want anything like too extravagant in the midst of a pandemic, you know? So I just wanted to keep it simple. We'll have our ceremony in the future. Hopefully all this stuff with COVID dies down very soon. So yeah, after you meet with your officiant, they'll ask you a few things about, you know, what got you here and if you're here on your own will, things like that, just to make sure you're doing this for the right reasons. I mean, I don't know if you answer that in a way where it doesn't like seem like you're there for the right reasons, if they'll cancel it, but that's what they do. They ask you questions to make sure that you're doing this at your own will and no one's like pressuring you or forcing you into it. So yeah, then, you know, they'll say their thing, they'll say their little stuff, and you can either exchange vows during the video chat, or you could just do it on your own time. It just depends on the package you choose. But you know, Rev Annie, she had one where you could just do it and get it over with. We exchanged vows afterwards, so it wasn't an issue with like that. But yeah, after you have your ceremony online, then you come back, because during the also during the ceremony, you sign your marriage license. So you have to do that in the presence of an officiant who is marrying you, and you have to take pictures of your signature on like any document app. We use Cam Scanner and Adobe DocuSign, and I just took pictures of everyone's signature, my signature. You need a witness as well on your ceremony to make sure, you know, with anything, you get married in person or online, you need a witness, at least one. You can invite all your friends or whatever and put them on the Zoom, make them call in, whatever. It don't matter, however way you do it, but you need at least one witness's signature to go on your signed marriage license. And so what I did was I took pictures of everyone's signature, and then that allowed me to use the other app. I think it was the DocuSign app. I used Cam Scanner and then the DocuSign app with the document, the marriage license, and I pasted from the Cam Scanner app into the DocuSign app and just put it over the line. You know, it crops it out and makes it like transparent, so it's not like a white background behind the signature or whatever color paper you use to sign. It's just the signature, like it just scans the signature itself. So that was pretty cool. But that was also my first time using it, but it was pretty seamless. You know, it wasn't too complicated. So yeah, I just did that while she was on the line, and I emailed her the stuff while we were all on the phone on the video call together. So yeah, that was the last step. She said parting words. She took little sneak pictures of us. I didn't know she was taking pictures of us, but after she married us and said we were officially married, she got a quick picture of how we looked during that time and our witness and all of that. So it was cool. And then the final step of your whole application process, you come back on the portal, the Project Cupid portal, and you upload your signed marriage license. So that's the last step of this. And then you just wait. It took us about 3 weeks for us to get our marriage certificate, which is the proof that you are married. you know, your marriage license is to get that certificate. But it took about 3 weeks for us to get our certificate in the mail, and we only have one copy. I want to say 2, but I think it was only 1. But yeah, they mailed us, and they said to like later down the line to like get copies just to have for each other, or if we have to send it in somewhere, you know, whatever. So we can do that eventually when things clear up, but for now what we have is good. This whole process I was pretty grateful for, because you know, we were able to get married, and it was just really like stress free with all the stressful things going on, and you know, us having a new baby, all of that. It was really nice to do something that was this stress free, but you know, it was also something that we wanted to do. So that was great. And the overall process was simple. And if it's still going on, I know Governor Cuomo has to approve this like per month. So each time going per month, new dates open up, and then you can book yourself a date. The only thing is though, you have to be on it, because when we first finished our application process, the first step, it was a long wait for dates. But if you keep checking back, like we did this in June, and the next dates I was showing was October. But then I checked back in like 2 weeks time, which was the beginning of July, I believe. So that was a new month. New dates opened up. So we got in at the end of July, and we did that pretty, I was shocked that we got a date so quick, because I'm like, gosh, October, that's so far away. Like, what is the point? You know, we might as well wait till we can go in person to get married if we have to wait that long. Not knowing that this would drag on, COVID would drag on for so long, you know. But that's one thing that I have to say. If you really want to do it ASAP, you have to stay on top of checking in for dates, because new dates do come available, but it's just you have to keep checking in. That's the only you know, thing that I saw wrong with it. But it's understandable, because there's a lot of people trying to get married, and if all the dates are open, then you'll never get a date. So people who are serious about it and checking back in, they'll get first dibs when they see the dates. But if you're going through the process, the application, and then you don't ever have a date, then that's not fair. So whoever is really on it and check back multiple times in a week, you'll most likely get a date that you can get married. And yeah, well, actually that's to meet with the city clerk. But yeah, that was the only thing that I saw I had an issue with of this whole process. But everything else was pretty seamless. So if you have any questions about this process, leave them in the comments. If you enjoyed my video or found it useful in any way, like, subscribe, comment, show me some love, because I'm here giving y'all the real, okay? And I'll be back with another video. See you soon.